Hello friends, to the new subject construction management and law. It is a subject to 7th semester civil engineering, and today we will see the very basic of the term management. Okay, it is applicable to the construction work, design work, execution, planning, all the things require management. So in the construction management and law, today we will see the basic introduction and basic meaning of the term management. Construction management. The subjects deal with the entire construction procedures, the execution part, planning part, management part. So civil engineering is mostly divided into four parts: planning, execution, designing and management. So this is a very important aspect of civil engineering, and today we will see the basics of management term. Management basically is a generalized term and applicable everywhere, but we will restrict ourselves to only civil engineering concepts where it is applicable. Okay, because management is a wide variety of thoughts coming into the mind when you heard the word management, and it is applicable to everywhere, but we will restrict ourselves to civil engineering only. Okay, before actually starting, as usual, we will see the syllabus and syllabus scheme of the subject. It is basically, of 80 marks, 20 mark is of internal assessment is there, exam duration is 3 hours, and outcomes after reading the and studying the entire thing, the modern construction techniques students will able to do and apply in the industry, and lot of equipments and advanced knowledge regarding latest equipment, estimate cost estimates, manpower, again quality control aspects in planning and management, and modern trends to the project management can be applicable. That study is all about in the subject. And the legal aspect in construction process, few bylaws, few building bylaws, and various law applicable to civil engineering and architecture planning. This is all about the learning outcomes, which is supposed to be learned by the students in the end of the subjects. If you see the syllabus, I have highlighted the portion in the red color because we are about to cover only the basic part, hence it is applicable in the first unit only. So in the first unit, before starting actual types of project, we need to understand the basics of management, how management is applicable in the civil engineering, how management is to be done in the civil engineering projects, mega projects, and what is the role of management in the execution of big projects. So for that we need to understand the management, and then we'll go to jump to the projects. So this is a very zeroth lecture of the lecture series of construction management and law. To understand the project, finance and all the things, and critical path method, shortest path method, CPM and PERT, we need to understand the management. Okay, so we'll focus on the basic part of the unit number 1, hence I have highlighted in the red portion. Unit number 2, you can see construction scheduling, then manpower, material management, machineries and management, then quality and safety management. So all these aspects in last 2 units are covering the laws, legal aspects, building bylaws, highway act, irrigation act, local rules. So this knowledge must be very essential for the civil engineers, because civil engineering is a very wide field, very versatile field, and lot of applications are there in government and private sector. So as an engineer, everybody must know the various building bylaws, irrigation act, highway act, rules and regulation, even rehabilitation act, concrete act. All right, so this is all about the syllabus. And as far as the reference books are concerned, I have shown to you that I am referring Dr. That B.C. Punmiya and U.K. Srivastava Golunath publication. So these are the good books, and the rest few books are of foreign authors. So it is good to understand the project planning and management by B.C. Punmiya, and I can offer you the book which is available in our library also. So construction planning and management by Dr. U.K. Srivastava and project planning and management by B.C. Punmiya. These are the good books available. Okay. So as far as management word is concerned, the moment we heard management, it is applicable in day-to-day life. We manage the things, we have to manage the time, we have to manage the study, we have to manage our planning, examination, then job interviews, jobs, we have to manage personal life, we have to manage professional life. How to manage, what is basically management. Okay, so basically, as per I have sorted out with three authors, the famous quotes by 3 authors, Donald Cuff, then Henry Fayol and Peter Drucker. So as per Donald Tuff, the management is the art and science of decision making and leadership. So basically, as per Donald Tuff, he said that it's the art and science of decision making and leadership, because management is all about leadership. The leader has to manage the thing, leader has to plan the thing, and I always say civil engineering is a by default leader. Okay, then Henry Fayol, it defines the management as to manage is a forecast and to plan, to organize, to command, and to coordinate and to control. Absolutely. Why we plan the things? Why we manage the things? Until and unless we plan the things, we are not supposed to manage the things. Hence, management is as to manage, to forecast, and to plan, to organize, and to command. First planning, then execution, then to command, and then coordinate. Once you have all the things, then automatically you have a control over it. So this is all about the thought of Henry Fayol. And then Peter Drucker, it defines management is a multi-purpose organ that manages a business and managers and manage workers and work. Absolutely very true that management is a multi-purpose term. Once we have a parallel task, once we have a lot of tasks going at a time, and to become a multitasking person, we must have a proper management system. Unless and until we have a proper management system, we are not supposed to be a successful person to manage the things. So ultimately, management is a multi-purpose organ, a thing that manages a business and managers, that manages a business and manages managers and manages worker and work. All right. So this is all about the basic things regarding management. It's a science and art. Then it's managed to forecast, to plan, to organize, to coordinate. Exactly. And then Peter Drucker says that management is a multi-purpose organ that manages a business and manages managers and manages workers and work. Okay. So basically now after the basic introduction to the term management, if you can see the introduction to project management and organization, as rightly said by the Donald Tuff, that management is a art and science. You can say the art and science of decision making and leadership. Okay. Then management is the art of getting work done through people with satisfaction of employer, employees, and public. Absolutely. Why we require management? Why we require planning? Why we require proper paperwork? Because to get the work done with satisfaction from the employees, with the expectation of employers. Okay. And for public, management is an art as well as a science. It's a technique. Scientific basis, technical methods or knowledge can be measured, and art getting work done from others. Absolutely. Getting work done is really art, and planning the things require a technical or scientific knowledge. Then importance of management. No enterprises can, or any company, any private sector, any government sector, whatever, no sector or no industry can survive without management. Huge money, excellent machineries, expert manpower leads to confusion unless and until you have a proper guidance or a leader. There has to be must a management. Management helps to guide and control the activities. Absolutely, supervision is a part of management, so that ultimately leads to control to the activities. Coordinates different activities of department, provides new idea and vision. Definitely management must have a vision, management must have idea, management must have a high aim, so it tends to new idea and vision. Tackles business problems, that is the main role of management. That is the main role of planning. Meet challenges of changes, provides stability to the enterprise, helps personality development. Absolutely. Once we have proper scheduling and proper performance, then we can produce with the minimum cost. That is the role of engineers, to minimize the effort and maximize the profit. That ultimately can be achieved with the help of proper planning. That is ultimately called as the proper management. That is the importance of management. Now we are now about to see in detail the functions of management. Forecasting, planning. Forecasting is all about the visionary mind. Okay, after 5 years trend may change, what changes we need to inculcate right now. That is the forecasting. Planning is a very important aspect of civil engineering. Organizing, staffing, direction, then leadership. In directing the leadership, communication, motivation, supervision, all the sectors are coming inside. And coordinating, controlling, and decision making. So these are the aspect and functions of management. I can say the major role of a management in the project. For example, in a big project like Burj Khalifa, For example, we are building a Burj Khalifa, and in the in the big project, we must have a vision, because the construction process may take 5 to 6 hours of time. So we must have a vision, then planning, then organizing all the things, the staffing, staff selection, the criteria, and direction, leadership, and proper communication, proper transfer of the knowledge, guidelines, the motivating to the manpower and supervision. Then coordination has to be there. Such a big project, a huge infrastructure is need to be created, a lot of investment is there. Then controlling, and finally the decision making. These are the 8 aspects in the functions of management. We'll see now one by one. Forecasting. Okay, forecasting is all about the vision that we have. Estimate the future work we need to inculcate right now, what may be the future trend that we need to assess now, which ultimately result in the sales and production. It relates to cost, finance, purchase, profit or loss. Yes, if our thinking goes in the right direction, we will in profit, else we have to face a lot of loss. So we must have proper visionary mind. Forecasting. Then planning is a very important aspect as far as civil engineering is concerned. Planning, and a manager has to anticipate future and discover alternatives. We must have plan B. Okay, and systematic way of making decisions. Step by step we have to achieve, like setting small goals we have to achieve, and then another setting small goals and achieve. Don't jump directly. Okay, then essential for utilizing available facilities. And we need to utilize the available manpower with the available resources we have to achieve. That is for this thing we must have planning with the available resources. If you want to achieve, then we must have proper planning. Then organizing comes under organizing people's, materials, jobs, spatial timings. We need to organize that framework. Then the ecosystem will build and we will achieve the productivity, or we will achieve the target. And determining the activities which is fruitful for the organization. That is all about organizing. Then staffing. Then selection of staff. Managers select, train, promote, retire their subordinates. We must have alternates. We must have second line. We must have second line staff. All these things very important in management. Developing and placing the quality of people in the jobs. We must have to maintain the dignity in the jobs, dignity in the working. All the things. The supervision. These all come in the staffing. Then directing, motivating, guiding and supervising the subordinates. Okay, it may involve leadership, then a quality of behaviors of managers, and get maximum cooperation from subordinate and guide. Then communication. This is a very important aspect in the civil engineering, that to have a proper transparent communication, the transfer of guidelines in a transparent way, and quality of behavior of the manager. This is also a very important skill. In the communication process, ideas need to be transmitted. Verbal, written, order, report, instruction, all comes under the communication part of the management. It has to be very transparent and clear. Ineffective communication may lead to confusion, misunderstandings, dissatisfaction or strikes. So it is ultimately not healthy for the organization or any company. So maybe we must have that point very clearly. Motivation, all our faculties, all our staff, all our employees must be happy, must be, if they are happy, they will make you happy. If you are working for them or somebody is working for you, it's a two-way process. Both should be happy. So to become them happy, we need to keep them motivated, highly motivated, so that they can work efficiently and effectively. And supervision is a very important task in civil engineering also, just like site supervisor, then project manager, then supervisor. These are the just like monitoring. So we must have monitoring over a small things going around the institute or industries or anywhere. So work is going as planned or not, we have to ensure as a part of the management. Then workers are going as directed, so we have to ensure these workers are following or employees are following our instructions or not, that we need to ensure. So these are the 12 aspects. Just now we will take a recap. So we have seen that forecasting, planning, organizing, staffing, directing. It comes under leadership, communication, motivation, supervision, then coordinating, controlling and decision making. So then controlling, decision making, this point just we have skipped, now we'll cover it though. So coordinating, so achieving harmony of individual effects towards the accomplishment of company objectives. So for that we must have proper coordination. Okay, then making plan to coordinate and activities of subordinate. Absolutely, we must have a plan to coordinate the activities of subordinate. And controlling, measures current performance. For the measurement of current performance and the performance of the employee, we must have control over it. And control set standards, measure job perfection, take correct action. Okay, for example, we have set up one standards, and if somebody is achieving that, we have to give appreciation, or if not, then we have to take the measurable action, correct action. And finally, the decision making, so selecting course of action for getting desirable results. So this is one of the major and critical task and critical job, being a project manager or being engineer, to choose or to select the proper thing, selecting course of action for getting desirable result. So at the pressure and very high pressure situation, the taking the correct decision is a challenge for civil engineers on the side. So once again, I would like to recap the things what we have seen in the functions of management. That forecasting, we must have visionary mind, vision. Planning, this is a very important aspect of civil engineering. Without planning, no activity of civil engineering can conduct. In organizing, then staffing, then directing. In directing, we have seen leadership, communication, motivation, supervision. Then coordinating, we must have proper coordination. Controlling, we must have the control over the activities. We must set a benchmark for the all employees, and if achieved, then we have to appreciate, or we have to take some measurable action. And finally, the critical one is decision making. So by this way, we have seen the functions of management, basically what management is. No, so thank you students for the small video for your seen and for your attention. And basically, before ending, once again I would like to remind you that the management, basically it's a art and science, okay, as per Donald Cuff, of decision making and leadership. Okay, so basically, just to remember the basic definition of management, it involves the art and science of decision making. Again, we can see to forecast, we can say that to forecast and to plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate and control. There are four activities such as forecast and plan, to organize, to command, then coordinate and control. So this is a loop. Basically, the loop is completed, then we must have proper management, and it will be fruitful for any kind of industry. And then management is multi-purpose organ. It's a multi-purpose thing which can control many activities at a time, that manages business, that can manage lot of business at a time. Their managers that we can manage, and workers of the work. So this is all about the thoughts, different thoughts from the renowned persons. Donald Cuff, he says art and science, Henry Foyle and Peter Duck. So this is all about the management. So in civil engineering, there is a management, construction management with the laws, techniques, a lot of things are there. So before going to management, we must understand the basics of management. All right, thank you very much, and we'll meet very soon with the new topic, that projects in civil engineering. Thank you.